Listen, you might not like what I'm about to say. There's a big problem with crypto that most people have been ignoring for years. Yes, we're in a bull run right now. Yes, we're seeing all these bullish headlines in the news. And yes, there are definitely opportunities to make some gains this cycle. But there's something much deeper in the space that we need to discuss. Crypto has a dark secret that almost ruins the entire point of crypto in the first place. And that is a major lack of privacy. In fact, for most of us using major crypto networks, there's really no privacy at all. Now, before you go around telling people that FireHustle is spreading fear and panic in the crypto space, just relax and take a deep breath. What I'm actually doing is the opposite. I'm creating awareness. Privacy in crypto wasn't really a topic to discuss until more recently, especially because of how far crypto adoption has come. And it looks like this topic is only going to grow from this point on. Don't believe me? Well, some of the biggest founders and CEOs in crypto agree. But forget all that. Why should you care about crypto privacy? Well, because you didn't click on this video just to get a history lesson on privacy. Well, there are two major reasons why you should be paying attention to this topic. And the second reason is why you'll watch this video to the very end. So the first reason is that privacy is a right. When you earn and spend money, it's your personal business. No one else should be seeing over what you're doing unless you choose to share it with them. Traditional financial systems require all transactions to go through central banks, which gives them full access and control over these funds. Your money isn't truly yours. Just try withdrawing your entire account balance from your bank and you'll get asked 100 questions and still be limited to a certain amount. Now, one of the biggest selling points for crypto is decentralization, which means no centralized person or company has control over your funds. You're in charge of your own crypto and you can send and receive it on your own terms. And it's all private, right? Well, not really. The most active crypto networks today record all transactions on a ledger, which is publicly accessible. Meaning, if someone knows your wallet address, they can trace all your transactions and know how much you're holding at all times. Doesn't sound safe, right? All it takes is one connection between your wallet and your identity, and your crypto finances become an open book. And that should be enough reason to be concerned. Now, the second reason why you should be paying attention to privacy in crypto is because of the massive opportunity in front of us right now. Knowing that privacy isn't really prioritized by major networks today, there's clearly a gap that needs to be filled. And there are actually projects in this space that are building privacy products and services as we speak. I've talked about this narrative a few times now, but the truth is it's becoming a bigger deal as time goes by. And while most people are still ignoring this topic, I'm keeping track of the most promising projects being developed in this overlooked area of crypto. And if you want to know about some early opportunities that I've got my eyes on, then keep watching. And speaking of opportunities, there are several that pop up every day in the crypto market. Whether it's buying the dip to load up your spot bags or jumping into futures trades for a quick profit, you need a good reliable exchange to use. And WEEX has everything you need. All the trading tools you need in one place, a user interface that makes it easy to track positions in real time, and competitive fees. Follow the link down below and check it out for yourself. It's free to sign up, so it doesn't hurt to give it a try. And if you're looking for a place to get early alpha in crypto, then check out the FireHustle VIP Discord group. We were actually talking about privacy projects in the Discord very early. Even before CZ and Toli started sharing their concerns, even before Naval, and even before Mert. The link is also in the description below if you're interested. Now, if you haven't already, then hit those like and subscribe buttons, and remember that anything I share with you is not financial advice. So now that we understand the problem, let's talk about solutions. There have already been a number of attempts to solve the privacy issue in crypto. I'm talking about projects like Zcash and Monero, which have both been around for about a decade. And if you've been paying attention to the crypto market, these two have been performing pretty well lately. Especially Zcash with a strong push up after a long period of little action. Both Zcash and Monero launched around the same time as Ethereum, making them some of the pioneers in the crypto space. But we now know that these older projects may not be as reliable as we thought. Remember the whole Monero network attack? The Cubic network was about to take over the network and reorganize the blockchain. Basically, the history of transactions was reversed, and if the Cubic team wanted to, they could have completely destroyed the network. Now, this was more of a demonstration of their mining power, and Monero ended up getting hit in the process. But this brings up a bigger concern. As technology gets better, especially with quantum computing in the picture, network security is extremely important. What Monero went through can't happen when users' funds are on the line. And that's where Neptune Cash comes in. So this is a newer privacy project that was built to actually withstand quantum attacks. But how exactly is this even possible? Well, Neptune Cash is a layer 1 blockchain that supports private and anonymous peer-to-peer transactions. And it operates using a technology called ZK Stark. We'll break down what this means. So ZK is zero knowledge, which I've covered a few times before. It's basically a form of proof that lets you verify transactions are legit, but without revealing any sensitive information about the transaction. So things like who sent it, who received it, and how much was sent. This stays private thanks to zero knowledge proofs. And then the Stark part is what makes the network quantum resistant. The full acronym is Scalable Transparent Argument of Knowledge. Every crypto network runs on some mathematical system to secure data. And Stark is one that remains secure even against a quantum level attack. It's like future-proofing a crypto network before quantum tech actually gets to a higher threat level. Now, this isn't just some random mumbo-jumbo put together by an anonymous team. Neptune Cash is led by real people who have actually studied cryptography full-time. Alan is one of the co-founders and is a PhD researcher in post-quantum cryptography. He's worked on scientific papers that helped shape blockchain research and was responsible for creating something called hash functions. This is widely used in zero-knowledge proof technology today. The other co-founder, Thorkill, has over 7 years of blockchain development experience. He even contributed to Ethereum and the Bitcoin Lightning Protocol. So these are people that know what they're doing, and they're bringing us something that can disrupt the crypto privacy sector. So Neptune Cash presents a new proof-of-work blockchain along with native Neptune coins similar to Monero and XMR tokens, except that it's resistant to quantum attacks, making it a more reliable network than today's privacy leaders. The team has also built in a 40 gigabyte memory hard mining algorithm. This basically means mining tokens on this network requires a massive amount of computing power. The idea here is to protect against network takeovers while also leveling the playing field for regular miners. And speaking of mining, one big worry is also the idea of early miners dumping on new investors. This has happened with countless projects out there. But in this case, 50% of every block reward is locked for 3 years, meaning all miners are forced to become long-term stakeholders. And it's actually in their best interest to see this project succeed in the long run. This project is flying under the radar for most people right now, and part of this has to do with limited token listings. In fact, if you're not mining Neptune coins, the only way to get your hands on it is through a platform called SafeTrade. With the crypto privacy movement growing, it's only a matter of time that projects like Neptune Cash will gain recognition. And this should bring in more exchange listings and increase accessibility. Even though the token has been around since earlier this year, it was just listed on CoinGecko days ago. And because of how under the radar this project is, there's not much discussion on their native NPT token yet. It's currently at a $3 million market cap, which is extremely small. And while the risk is definitely there, the upside potential is massive, especially with more listings and greater recognition of this project. The team is also working on a new website for the project, which is close to launching. This is what an early stage project looks like, and while there's potential for this to go far with the privacy sector gaining steam and even replace existing leaders, it's up to the team to prove their product. We'll need to see this network in action, providing privacy for a wider audience before considering this the gold standard for privacy. And while Neptune Cash is eager to replace today's largest privacy projects, there are other teams taking a different approach. For example, there's a new privacy protocol called Zera that's getting prepared for launch. But instead of creating another privacy coin on its own network, which can be vulnerable to attacks and restrictions, Zera is building an offline digital cash protocol on top of Solana. Think of it as bringing the privacy of physical cash into the digital world, but with all the benefits of Solana's network. The concept is simple but powerful. So imagine you want to pay someone without leaving any digital trail. With Zera, you can transact completely offline with crypto that you're already holding, and there's no internet connection required. It's like pulling cash out of your pocket and handing it to someone, except it's all digital. The transaction only touches the blockchain when you're ready to settle, and when it does, zero knowledge proofs ensure nobody can trace who sent what or how much was sent. Zera recently completed its migration from its original name, Monopoly Money, and they're building out some serious infrastructure. Desktop and mobile apps are in development right now, which will let users transact privately with stablecoins and SOL tokens. They're even working on a hardware wallet prototype that will allow transaction settlements with a physical tap. Think of it like contactless payment cards, but with full privacy protection. There's also a browser demo in the works that will demonstrate how the offline cash protocol actually functions. And the long-term vision goes beyond Solana. The plan is to expand this protocol into other major ecosystems, bringing private payment capabilities to a much wider crypto audience. If Zera can execute on this, they're not just building another privacy tool, they're rebuilding how we think about digital payments entirely. Now, if you remember the last bull cycle, DeFi was massive. Billions of dollars flowing into decentralized exchanges, lending protocols, and yield farming. But here is the problem again. Every single transaction was completely public. Your trades, your liquidity positions, your entire strategy visible for anyone to see. Front runners could exploit you, competitors could copy your moves, and anyone could track exactly what you were doing. Now, the way things are going this cycle, we can expect an even bigger DeFi boom this time around. But we already know that current leading networks don't prioritize privacy. So that's where projects like Seismic come in. So Seismic is building encrypted DeFi, which would allow you to interact with the DeFi protocols without revealing your positions or strategies. Earlier this year, they launched their testnet, giving developers the ability to start building encrypted DeFi applications. There's no token yet, but this is addressing a real blind spot in the DeFi space. Then there's Zama, which is taking a different technical approach with homomorphic encryption. This technology allows smart contracts to perform computations on encrypted data without ever decrypting it. You could run complete DeFi operations on private information without exposing what that information actually is. This opens up possibilities for private smart contracts that we haven't seen before. And like Seismic, Zama is also in development with no token launched yet. These projects are still pretty early, but they show that privacy isn't just about anonymous payments. It's about building an entire ecosystem where users can interact with DeFi without sacrificing their financial privacy at every step. So I'm sure most of you agree that privacy is a must at this point. If we're envisioning a world where finances are slowly pushed on-chain, we also need to think about keeping things confidential for users. It's not just about keeping your transactions private, it's also about personal safety. It's scary to think that someone can just go through on-chain metrics and follow your account balances. We're starting to see a few bigger privacy projects go through some good price action like Zcash and Monero. And this goes hand in hand with the privacy sector gaining more recognition. But the projects that I talked about in this video could potentially change the game. Most of this is still under development or at a very early stage. But that's usually where you'll find the most upside potential. What will be important for these teams is to prove that their products work and that they can handle a large volume of activity. Now, just because I'm talking about a project doesn't mean you should just blindly start investing in it. Remember that none of what I say is financial advice. It's important that you do your own research before making any investment decisions. That way you can fully understand what you're getting into. If you found this video helpful, then smash that like button and subscribe for more content like this. And definitely check out the FireHustle Discord if you want to stay ahead of opportunities like these. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.